Silverstein has a new banger called It's Over. I'm just predicting that's going to be a banger. This is not a fake reaction, please. You can go to other channels for that. I'm sure there are plenty of those. Now, I am secretly, I shouldn't say secretly, because they are really beloved bands in the scene. But yeah, they're one of my favorite bands, guys. Like, literally, top 3. Okay, and I go by August Burns Red, Killswitch Engage, Silverstein. Those 3, they never change. It's always been those 3. I mean, obviously when I was a teenager, it was like Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged Sevenfold, and some of these other bands, they just came and went because they changed their sound too often, and it just wasn't for me. But those 3 bands I mentioned always stayed true to their sound. Although the last Silverstein album, oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. There's been a couple missteps in their catalog, honestly. Not crazy missteps, by the way, like arrivals and departures. Around that era, I actually discovered them around Shipwreck in the Sand, which is, of course, my favorite album from them. Although it is tied with This Is How the Wind Shifts. Those 2, I just can't pick and choose because they're so good. Like, one's a freaking banger and it's a classic, and the other one is just like a new direction. They got a new guitarist, new sounds. However, it is my most overplayed album just because I own that album and I just couldn't stop. It was a really hard time in my life during that period of time. And, you know, the Shipwreck in the Sand was during my freaking high school days, like 2009. I was a freshman, so obviously that spoke to me. But yeah, without further ado, I think that these guys still have it. But nowadays it's been kind of a rough road. Last single wasn't too bad. I mean, Bankrupt had some nice riffs, but yeah, it's been like, what? Since February since it dropped or something like that, March. So anyways, I need to shut up. It's over for the rant.
End.
pretty random label. I shouldn't say random, they got a lot of other bands now. Era, Straight from the Path, I like Moths to Flames, but I don't know if they're doing enough promotion yet on all these bands. However, Era, oh my god, they just came off with like their biggest album, honestly. So I'm hoping that the same happens for all those other bands as long as they're, you know, putting in the fucking work. So Silverstein now, here's the thing, okay? This song, I know I already went off a rant. I'm gonna go off another rant here, okay? Silverstein, again, is a very nostalgic band in the scene, but they still speak to my heart. A lot of these albums that they've created, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I've been there since day one. Like, no, I haven't. I was, what, fucking 10, 12 years old when those first two albums. So, obviously, I'm not gonna be the one who's like, oh, well, those first two albums are the ones that spoke to me. No. As I said before, Shipwreck in the Sand, This Is How the Wind Shifts, and actually Rescue. Rescue was another high school favorite of mine. Those three are the top three albums for me. Now, as far as like this song, where it fits in their catalog, it's very much like stuff from the last album, but it's got enough punch to it where I think that it's well deserving of an 8 out of 10. It's nice riffs here and there, but yeah, it's definitely more on the melodic side. Nice little cool breakdown. I like how Shane went back to, I smashed everything into pieces, like the song Smashed into Pieces. But aside from that, I don't think that the song had enough punch for me to be like, oh, well, this song was so damn good that I can give it a higher rating. I mean, I'm even being a little generous, honestly. An 8 out of 10, like, it's good, but I could even give this a 7.5 out of 10. I wouldn't bat an eye. So, but I think it has enough punch, and it's definitely catchy and memorable enough. Now, I'm seeing these guys later this month, like the end of the month, so pretty stoked about that. I haven't been too stoked about concerts lately just because, first of all, it's all the way in St. Petersburg. I don't feel like driving all the way out there, and the other reason, too, because everything going on in the world, and I gotta save money, and y'all don't need to hear about that, but what y'all do need to hear is the fact that these guys have brought it for so many years. So many freaking years, and they've been consistent. Again, they've had a couple downfalls. I think Dead Reflection, while it was a little spotty, that was also a really good album, just not one of the top favorites of mine. So yeah, without further ado, guys, I think that that's pretty much it. Shane is one of the best and coolest dudes, by the way, in the scene. One of the best vocalists, great range. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next video.